Hello peeps and welcome back to, well, I don't know, Dragon, what do we want to call this series?
That's a very good question.
Skyfactory Reloaded? Skyfactory Rewired? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, as you probably guessed from the exit of the last video, we're going to do Skyfactory. Because, quite honestly, Skyblock Rewired, it was a good concept, but the Modpack is really outdated, and there's a lot of cool stuff that's come out since then, and I kind of wanted to mess with that. And then Bacon Donut came out with the Skyfactory Modpack, and I played around with that, and it has the exact feel that I wanted for Skyblock Rewired. So we're going to do that instead. And, well, Minecraft is always more fun with friends, so here is Dragon8186, who just happened to have a server that he wasn't using, so he is running this on a server for us. As such, you cannot trust the day counter down in the bottom left-hand corner, because this thing will be running even if we're not online. For the first bit of recording, it should be accurate. It can be a good gauge as to how much time has passed since I started recording an episode, but don't trust it too far because it's going to get out of whack really fast. Anyway, so we're running the Skyfactory Modpack from AT Launcher. However, as is kind of common for me, I couldn't leave well enough alone, so we screwed with it a little bit. We added Forestry and Buildcraft to it. Now, we didn't add Industrial Craft, we didn't add Great Tech or any of that crazy nonsense. We only added Forestry and Buildcraft. Reason being, Forestry adds some mod interactions with some of the mods that we're running, which are just really cool. And Buildcraft adds the conductive pipes that you can use to work with the force engines. Yes, Dartcraft is in this pack. And the forestry engines and all that stuff. So we can generate different sorts of power. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. The first thing we're going to need to do is cut down this tree. Oh, don't break any saplings. We'll get the crook first.
Good point.
Now, we also do have Vein Miner enabled, but I'm not going to use that right at this particular moment, because that would do bad things to Dragon. And even though I kind of owe him one for what happened at the end of that video, don't be too mad at him. Yes, it was staged. We kind of don't want to drop him into the void, so...
Nah, that'd be a bad idea right now. I still have your safety torch.
Yeah, you still have my safety torch. So yeah, the first leaf block that we broke to put down the safety torch just happened to give us a sapling. And now I can't get crap. So, the thing that I'm holding in my hand is called a crook. It is added by the Ex Nihilo mod. I think... Oh, damn it. I went a sapling off the edge.
Oh, damn.
I think I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know.
No, this is going to be fun. As soon as you break down, these leaves are going to be degrading.
No, it's fine. I've thought about this in advance. There you go.
I probably could have actually just stood on top of the crafting table.
You could have, but I was planning on moving the crafting table possibly. Okay, we got 2 saplings. We got 4 saplings, good.
Nice. Good start.
So, in Skyfactory, this is pretty much as true a skyblock experience as you can possibly get. You start standing on a single tree, on top of a single piece of dirt, and that's it. Now, there is no equivalent exchange in this mod pack. There is instead a mod called Ex Nihilo, which was basically custom designed to give you a very, very hardcore skyblock experience. We're going to start out by building out a little bit of a platform here with some wooden slabs. And the reason why we're using wooden slabs is twofold. Number one, when wooden slabs are placed on the lower half of a block like this, mobs can't spawn on them. So, it gives you a place that you can be safe in the early game. Plant the tree. The other reason is because in the very early part of this mod pack, you are severely limited by your resources. Like, we have the wood from that tree, and that's it. And that's going to be it for a little while. So
Yeah, we just get to watch trees growing for about the next 10 hours.
yeah. So, on that subject, I'm also going to handle this a little differently than I normally would, peeps. Normally, when I'm recording an episode, I don't like to do cuts, because I like you guys to see what's happened in the interim. If I did that here, we'd be on episode 12 before anything really seriously fun started happening. So, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is, for the first little bit, I'm going to go ahead and record while I explain what this is all about. And then we're going to cut until I have a chance to harvest a couple of trees and do a little bit more building so that we can start, actually doing some things for the mod. So that hopefully by episode 2 or 3 we'll actually be doing the fun stuff. Anyway, pretty much this entire mod pack centers around a mod called Ex Nihilo, which is designed to give you a really hardcore skyblock experience. It allows you to turn saplings into dirt. It allows you to turn dirt into cobblestone. It allows you to get string, which we didn't get any silkworms yet. If you break the leaves with these crooks, you can get these things called silkworms. And then if you use the silkworms on leaves, that they all infest the leaves, and then when you break the leaves, you get string. So it gives you a way to get string without having to cheat it in. And then you can use the string and some wood to make a sieve, and then you can sieve out the dirt to get some stones, and you can sieve out the stones, or you can break the stones down to get gravel, and yeah. From there you can start sieving out gravel and sand and a whole bunch of different stuff, and that's where you get all of your really good resources from. But in the early part of the game, it all starts with one pathetic, lonely tree. And that's it.
Worse than watching paint dry.
Yes, it is. But this is actually a really beefy mod pack. If you take a look at this, 48 pages of items in NEI. We have Ender Storage. We have Chicken Chunks, which is added in by another Chicken Bones mod. We have Natura, has been added in. Let's see, what else do we have? We have Applied Energistics and Extra Cells is in here. We have Magical Crops, which the early game is all about Ex Nihilo. The mid to late game becomes all about Magical Crops. But it's going to be a while before we can start screwing with all of these. Now, you can see there's a bunch of different types of crops. There's redstone crops and glowstone crops and gold crops and diamond crops. And yeah, they're all over the place, but we'll discuss all that later. Computer craft is in here. I'm not really a huge fan of computer craft usually, but for this particular mod pack, I think we can make it work.
Yeah, I'll probably be able to find some uses for it.
Yeah. Forestry, as I said. Forestry is not in this mod pack by default. We added forestry. So don't download the AT Launcher mod pack for Skyfactory and expect forestry to be in there. You can add it yourself. We had absolutely no conflicts putting this in, or Buildcraft. It was just a simple drop the mods in and fire it up. So it was really easy to add these. And it should be pretty easy for you to add them too. So yeah, we got all of these forestry items. We have Tinker's Construct, which is kind of a nice addition because it lets you make repairable tools in the early game, as opposed to having to make a bunch of crap that's just going to get broken. Let's see here. Here's Buildcraft. We did add Buildcraft in. Now, most of Buildcraft is going to be totally useless, to tell you the honest truth, because a lot of Buildcraft centers around the engines and the quarry and the refinery and the assembly tables, and most of this stuff is just going to be totally worthless for us, but whatever. Let's see, what else do we have? Darkcraft is built in here. I love Darkcraft, but you gotta admit, it's kind of overpowered. Thermal Expansion is in here, along with all of its goodies. Bibliocraft is in here so that we can make things pretty. one of the challenges is... Oh, God, I just thought of something.
Uh-oh.
One of the challenges is to build a house.
Oh, you know that spells disaster.
You know I'm not allowed to build houses on servers. Son of a bitch.
I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Might have to have one of you guys build the house. I think we can cheat the rules if I don't actually build it.
That probably doesn't count if you just live in it.
Yeah. Extra utilities is installed, which gives us all of the compressed stuff. It also gives us the mufflers. It gives us these sorting and transfer and all these pipes, which are going to be really, really handy coming down the road. It also adds in cursed earth and all of those nasty things. The barrels, these things are really good for just random storage, but yeah, you have to actually make the barrel first, which is pretty iron intensive. And, well, we got no iron, and it's going to be a long time before we have it. Extra utilities also adds in these generators, which by default I think generate RF power. Let's see, what else we got? We got open blocks, which has a lot of interesting stuff. It's got the elevator, it's got the auto enchanting table, it's got the build thing that helps you out with building. We have the chisel mod and miscellaneous peripherals. The chisel mod just basically lets you make all of these cool little multi-block things for decoration. It doesn't really have a huge effect on gameplay, but it's cool for decorating. Let's see, what else do we got? Here's some more Natura stuff. This is all for Java, which adds in some barrels and a whole bunch of other stuff. These barrels from Java are kind of interesting because they're upgradable. But we also have Mine Factory Reloaded in here, and Mine Factory Reloaded adds in the deep storage unit, which is like a barrel on crack. So I don't know how much we'll use the barrels. Applied Energistics is in here. This is more magical crop stuff, and you can see here all the different types of seeds that it adds. Also adds in a bunch of different types of foods and breads. Flaming bread. Watermelon juice. Oh, you can actually get a juicer and juice watermelon juice. Watermelon juice restores 3 hunger? What the hell?
Really?
Yeah. That's wild.
Carrot juice,
Berry Blast
blueberry juice.
restores 4 hunger. It's 3 different types of berries in a squeezer with a glass bottle. That's cool. We'll have to start making some of
That's
this
actually
stuff.
making me thirsty.
Here is all the ex nihilo stuff. This is going to be the early game, the heart and soul of what we're going to be doing. I'll explain it more as things go on, but let's just say that dirt, you can turn dirt into cobblestone, you can turn cobblestone into gravel, you can turn gravel into sand, you can turn sand into dust, and with gravel, sand, and dust, you can refine that down into metals. Now, it's kind of random what you get, but you can do it. You can also refine dirt down to get various types of seeds, including grass seeds, which you use to get your first grass on this map. The silkworms here, which come from the trees, can be used to get string, which is basically used to get started with everything else. Let's see here, what else we got? Extra utilities, all of this stuff is in here. The watering can, when we can make a watering can, we'll definitely want to do it, because the watering cans are just godlike for the early game. Watering can. Yeah, it takes a piece of bone meal, a bowl, and 4 pieces of smooth stone. But the watering can lets you grow crops much, much faster. It also lets you grow trees much, much faster. So as soon as we can afford a watering can, we should probably get one.
Yeah, I think it's almost considered infinite bone meal.
Yeah. It's infinite bone meal, you just have to babysit it. And then here is all of the Mine Factory Reloaded stuff. And then, of course, we're running forestry, so we've got all of the butterflies and bees and all that stuff, too. Let's see, what else we got?
We'll be able to get any
Forestry.
bees anyway.
Oh, you actually can get bees. There is another
Wow.
mod installed in here called X Aquilo, or something like that, which adds in cross-mod compatibility. It adds in the ability to construct artificial hives that you can use to lure bees. So,
Very
they thought of
nice.
that. I don't think Extra Bees is installed, but... And then here's some more thermal expansion stuff. And then the rest of it, I think it's just a bunch of micro blocks. Yeah, it's just a crap load of micro blocks till you get to the end of it. And then you get like the miscellaneous peripherals, backpacks, and shit like that. So, this is one of the downsides to this mod pack, peeps. Notice I've been sitting here rambling for about 15 minutes now, and this stupid tree is still not grown. And pretty much progression relies on this stupid tree growing. So, yeah, we really don't have anything to do until we can get this stupid tree to grow. Random safety torch, but nowhere to put it because we can't put it on the dragon. No. I can't do that yet because we have no chest to store the stuff in. Dragon eating the void sandwich. Now there is a whole list of challenges that come along with this that I don't have it anywhere where I can read it right offhand, but there's a total of, I think, 36 or 38 challenges that go in progression of difficulty. It starts with stuff like infest a tree with silkworms, and build a cobblestone generator, and then build an automatic cobblestone generator. And then you start getting into crazy stuff like store 1 million cobblestone in a deep storage unit, and increase your cobblestone generation to 10,000 cobblestone per second. And crazy, crazy shit like that. And it is actually all possible, starting from this one stupid little tree. It just takes for bloody ever. Let's see, can we actually do anything with anything that we have? I can make a gear. I don't know what we'd use it for, but I could make one. So, early game, pretty much the goal of Skyfactory is to sit here and watch the tree grow, which is exactly as exciting as it sounds. Cut the tree down, hope you get some saplings, build a barrel or two, or preferably like 5 or 6 as early as you can. Goal number 1 is to expand the tree farm. You want to get as many trees going as you can. 8 saplings in a barrel becomes 1 dirt block. So extra saplings are where it all starts. Another early game goal that you want to focus on as soon as possible is getting a mob trap going, because mobs in this produce good resources for you. Skeletons produce bone meal. Zombies produce rotten flesh, which you can use an extra utilities item called a drying rack to turn into monster jerky, so it's not poisonous anymore.
Yay, food.
Yay, food. But we have to also remember Darkcraft is installed, and Mine Factory Reloaded is installed. And this means that mobs can drop goodie packs. I can't remember what the hell they're called, but there is the spoils bags from Darkcraft. Mobs can drop spoils bags from Darkcraft. And spoils bags can give you anything from like an apple to pieces of gold to force stuff to... I've actually in the past gotten division sigils out of those loot bags.
Ooh, fun.
On this mod pack.
There's 3 different tiers of those, aren't there?
Yeah. I think the one I got the division sigil out of was a tier 2 or a tier 3, I can't remember. And yes, it is actually possible, peeps, to go to the Nether and to go to the end in this mod pack. As crazy as that sounds, and I know right now everyone's thinking, well, we can figure out the end, because obviously you're going to be able to get lava at some point, and it's just lava and water for obsidian, so of course you can get to the Nether, but what about the end? You got to find an ender portal for that. Well, not really. If we take a look at this, the end portal frame is craftable using Ender Essence from Magical Crops. So you can build your own custom end portal and go to the end and fight the End Dragon. You can also get the stuff to summon the Wither. So, yeah, you can turn this into a full Minecraft experience. It just takes a lot of time, and a lot of patience, and a lot of jumping around the stupid tree waiting for it to grow.
Hopefully it doesn't take too much longer.
Yeah, well, I think I've rambled on for long enough, so I'm going to cut the video here, and I will come back and start recording again once we've gotten past the, standing around waiting for trees to grow apart. I'll probably start recording again once we've got like 3 or 4 trees down and we've got a decent-sized platform and maybe a mob trap going. Or maybe when we get ready to start doing the mob trap.
Probably about the point when we start the Stone Age.
Yeah, probably pretty close to that. Well, I'm not going to do any progression stuff off camera. The only thing I'm going to do is like collect saplings. I might start recording again when I do the barrel, just so that we can, show how to get dirt. But I don't want to do any progression stuff off camera. I just want to do the boring stuff that nobody wants to sit here and watch. So I'm going to cut the video, and I will start recording again when there's something interesting to show off. Be back in, well, probably like half hours for me, and probably a couple of seconds for you peeps. Okay, so we're back, not terribly long into the future. You might notice it's raining. We actually did kind of skip a step and do something off camera because we kind of got in a panic about the rain. Because rain is actually one of the conditions that needs to be fulfilled for you to really start doing anything in this mod pack. The reason why is because these things here are oak barrels, and you notice that they're full of water. Well, these things in the rain will fill with water. So you kind of need the barrels in order to make things work. Now, the barrels are made like so. You get some slabs. And did we just grow another tree already?
Holy crap, I think we did.
Wow.
I shall bring that one down while you finish.
So that's how you make the barrel. Wood and a slab. But if I slap this barrel down right now, it's going to immediately fill with water. We don't want that. You have to kind of block it off from the rain if you don't want it to start producing water in the rain. So you do that by putting a slab or getting some wood and putting the wood down, I guess. And then putting a piece of wood over top of that, and then putting a slab on that. The takeaway from this is you got to have something over top of it. And we just lost a piece of wood off the edge. I'm not going to cry over it. But you put down your barrel there, and now since it's got something over top of it, it won't fill with water. Now, 8 saplings in a barrel. We'll fill it up with this nice green composty looking stuff. And then over time, and this I think is a particularly cool effect.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Over time, you will notice, let me put a slab down here so you can see. Notice it's very, very subtly changing color. It'll slowly turn to kind of like a grass color. Then the grass starts to die off. Everything starts coming into place. I'm really surprised about that tree. We had cut down that tree like literally just seconds before I started recording again, and it grew again already.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising.
Now we're kind of down to the dirt stage, and now we've got ourselves another piece of dirt.
Hey, one quick
And the rain
question.
stops.
How many extra saplings do you have?
I have 4. Wow.
Cool, because I had enough for another dirt.
Holy crap.
Yeah, we got pretty good on that one.
We'll put another sapling there. We'll come over here, and we'll kind of do a little bit of this, and then when this dirt is done, we'll put that dirt in there, and that should get us a fairly decent start. So what I'm going to do... Oh, Dragon also got something else off of that last tree that we cut. He got some silkworms. So, what we're going to do now is we are going to stop recording again, and I think we're probably going to collect a whole bunch of wood and some saplings and maybe expand this tree farm out to like 6 or 8 trees. Gather up some wood so we can expand the platform, and then probably start recording again when we're ready to infest the tree with the silkworms. So, we'll be back in a bit, peeps. Okay, well that took a little bit of forever. As you can see, it's now day 11, whereas it was day 2 when I started recording. But we are up to 6 trees now. We've expanded the platform quite a bit, and I've actually been going through and composting a lot of saplings and gathering a lot of wood. So we have about 2.5 stacks of wood. We finally got some apples. We've got quite a few silkworms, a couple of saplings left, and we've got 16 pieces of dirt. So I think we got enough to start the next phase. The next phase is actually going to be twofold. The first thing I want to do is I want to take these silkworms and I want to go through and I want to infest some of these leaves. So you can see when you right click, infested leaves. Now, these will spread of their own volition, and these leaves will turn progressively whiter and whiter. An infested leaf, when you break it, won't give you any apples and it won't give you any saplings, but it will give you potentially string. So we're just going to go through, we're going to infest a good number of these leaves. If we left it alone, eventually it would spread to all of the leaves in these trees, but adding more kind of speeds the process up. So we'll just go ahead and use a good number of them. We'll save a few, but now we're going to take the rest of this wood, and while we wait for the leaves to infest, we're going to make ourselves a bunch of wooden planks. And then I'm going to turn some of these into slabs. We're going to go build ourselves a mob trap, because a mob trap is going to open up a lot of options for getting resources for us in the early game. And I think I'm going to put it off this way. So let's go ahead and start doing a walkway. But right now I'm just going to do it one by one out this way for about 20 blocks. I'm always so paranoid on slabs. I don't want to fall off and lose all this wood. So I'm going to actually put all except for the slabs away. I'll come back and get the wood later. This way if I fall, we're not really losing a whole lot. I'll lose a couple of tools and some slabs, and that'll be it. That should be good. And then out here, I'm going to do like a 5 by 7 or so platform. So there's 5. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And is this going to be big enough? Maybe do 7 by 7. Or 7 by 9. We'll do 7 by 9. There's 7, there's 8, there's 9. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Now that we've got that, we'll come back this way. And I actually want to expand this platform out just a little bit to give us some extra breathing room while we're walking. Nothing sucks worse than accidentally falling off during a skyblock, especially when you're carrying a bunch of resources with you. And then at some point we'll come through and we'll put fences or something up to keep us from falling off. Okay, now this is where it's going to become very obvious as to why we're using the slabs, because I have no torches out there. But it's okay, because if we hit F7, nothing's lighting up. Now if we come over here and hit it, still nothing's lighting up, but we've got torches all over the place here, so. Alright, let's get our wood. We're actually going to need a few more slabs. I'm going to do a new design for a mob trap, one that I haven't done before, but that I saw on a couple of people's streams and or videos lately. And, you know, honestly, it's a brilliant design. And they say that impersonation is the best form of flattery, so yeah, let's do it. We're going to put an oak wood plank there, and you see how that lights up? Mobs can spawn on that. So, we're going to build 3 wide and about 6 long. Now, from here, we're going to build 1 up, 2 up. We're going to break this out, and then we're going to bring this out here. We can break this now. Put that like that. And then we're going to drag this the whole way around here along the outside edge of this. Just like this. Okay, now that we've got that set up, we're going to come back to the front, and I need to put a wood slab down there momentarily so that I can get up here. We're going to break this out. We're going to do another one high on this, and then on top of that, we're going to do an oak slab. We're going to continue the oak slab the whole way around like this. And the oak slab is actually going to be the roof of our mob trap. Why oak slabs? Well, because nothing can spawn on the roof now. Just like that. Now we'll take our wood planks and we'll put them around like this. And then we'll continue the slabs to finish the roof. Just like that. We'll break out this block here, and then we'll come down here and we'll break out this one here. That's going to cause a hole in the floor. And then we're going to put some slabs here just because I don't like how things look when they're floating. Oh, we got a forest biome over here. So we spawned in a plains, and out here is a forest. That's awesome. We got both of the really quote-unquote important biomes within easy walking distance. Alright, now I'm going to expand this out just a little bit to give us a little more breathing room there. And then we'll put this here. And now, if we hit F7, we're going to see that this is still yellow, which means that mobs can spawn in it right now, but during the day it's going to be too well lit. They won't be able to spawn, right? Well, we need a few more slabs. Oh, we got another tree or 2 grown. So, oh yeah, we got all 6 of them grown now, which means we're going to have a lot of string. We're going to get ourselves a few more slabs. Actually, I'm just going to make a bunch of them, because we'll need them eventually anyway for expanding the platform. We can see we've already got a mob spawn. Now, the zombie can't get to us. He's trapped there, so we can kill him safely. But we still have the problem where mobs aren't going to spawn during the day. Well, if we take half slabs and put them like this, we will still be able to walk under this. Even with the half slabs on here. The zombie can't get to us, but we can get to him. And once we put this last half slab in here, they've all changed to red. The zombie can no longer reach us at all, and, well, it's perfectly dark in there. So we can now kill him with impunity just by hitting him under the ledge. Now this is extremely dangerous, the way it's currently set up. I'm going to take another trick that I saw from one of the streamers, and we're going to do an oak slab right there. And we're going to use oak slabs. Actually, no, we don't want it there. We want it there, because that's where mobs aren't going to be able to spawn. And we still shouldn't be able to walk under this. Let's test it over here. Yeah, we can't walk under it. Mobs can't spawn there, because it's a half slab on the right level that mobs can't spawn. So we'll break this. We're going to drag the half slabs back. And then we're going to take it around the edge of the mob spawner too. This is going to keep us from falling off or getting knocked off if something does happen to spawn or manage to hit us. And there's a catfight going on in the background. That's awesome, guys. Wait till I start recording to start throwing a temper tantrum. Amazing timing. Alright, sorry for the mute there, but yeah, my cats are squalling in the background, and Becca's yelling at the cats, and I'm yelling at the cats, and I didn't want you guys to have to hear all of it, so I muted that section of audio. I didn't want to cut the footage, because I wanted to show me completing this on camera. But there we go. Now we have a mob spawner, and you can see mobs are spawning. So, that's awesome. Let's come over here. Get ourselves a couple more crooks. We'll eventually want them anyway, so we'll just go ahead and get 11 of them. And then, if we hold down the grave key, which is the tilde on your keyboard, we have Vein Miner installed, which allows us to mine all of the veins all at once. You can see we got a bunch of string and a bunch of silkworms from breaking these leaves. This is what infested leaves do. So we're going to get a whole bunch of string here. And we'll probably get a couple of saplings from this section over here. I don't think they're all infested yet. There we go. We'll get the old trusty axe out, and using Vein Miner, we'll chop down the tree with the axe. One thing I do want to mention is that we actually did lose several bits of wood over the edge while we were farming trees earlier. So expanding your platform is crucial in the early game to minimize the losses as much as possible. We'll get this, and this, and someone's honking their horn outside. That's awesome. Okay, so we got all that wood picked up, And holy crap, we got a lot of string. 2 in some stacks. Now with string, we're going to take and put 9 like that, and that's going to get us a silk mesh. We need 2 of those. 2 silk mesh, 4 oak planks, and 2 sticks gets us our oak sieve. And this is where the resources really start to come in. We'll put the oak sieve on here. Now, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab some dirt. I'm also going to grab these saplings. Actually, I'm not going to get the saplings yet because we got to wait for all of that to clear out, or just clear it out, which I'll probably just do real fast. Don't want to plant your saplings when there's still a whole bunch of these infested leaves around, or you risk infesting all of the new leaves. And since they don't give saplings, that could be potentially disastrous. Okay, so what do you do with a sieve? Well, I got a bunch of dirt here. We'll put some dirt in here, and then if you right-click it, you work through what's in the sieve, and when it gets done, you get some resources. In this case, we got 4 stones. Take 4 stones, combine them like that, and you get your first piece of cobblestone. Well, let's go ahead and work through the rest of the dirt real quick. Stones are pretty much a guaranteed drop from dirt, but there are some other drops that you can get from dirt that are a little bit rarer. And on average, 1 piece of dirt is going to give you roughly 1 cobblestone worth of stone. Almost there. 2 more pieces to go. Last one. Alright. We got 58 stone. We got 2 sugarcane seeds, which is awesome. We got some regular old vanilla wheat seeds. And we got some grass seeds. These we really needed, because grass seeds are going to give us an entryway to being able to get other types of seeds and flowers and all that stuff. For right now, though, we're interested in the stone. Let's combine all the stones up. That's going to get us 15 pieces of cobblestone. With the 15 pieces of cobblestone, we can make our first furnace. Awesome. Progression at its finest. Let's go ahead and put the furnace down. I don't have any slabs on me. I'm just going to put it here for now. I'll worry about this later. Let's go ahead and get... we'll just use this. We're going to cook up some of this oak wood into charcoal. And then we'll get a stick. We'll take our first piece of charcoal. We'll make ourselves a torch. And we're going to put a torch right there in order to keep that well lit. The rest of these we'll put away. And let's take a couple more wood planks. Right now cobblestone is still precious to us, so we're not going to want to waste cobblestone. But we can take some wood and some sticks and get ourselves a few wooden swords. And let's go kill some mobs. Oh, see that thing running around in there? That is an ender tot, which is a mob that spawns as part of Darkcraft. They are kind of small, they're kind of cute, but they get pissed off just like the real thing, and when you kill them, oh crap, the daddies come out. But they're trapped in there just like the tots are. I'm really kind of surprised. We only got one ender pearl out of that. We really didn't get much anything at all. No bones. I think I got an arrow that fell off the edge. But yeah, you can see, pretty safe. We can turn the F7 off now. Pretty safe for killing, and mobs will spawn at it in the day. And we're far enough away that they'll spawn while we're just over here messing around. So, well, we got our first ender pearl. And that is going to be really awesome, starting really soon. But for right now, I think we are at a stopping point for this first recording session. So, this has been Night Dagger and Friends with Let's Play Skyfactory with Friends, or I don't know what we're going to call the series yet, but yep, it's a Skyfactory multiplayer, and well, hopefully this series will be a lot more interesting. Next episode, we'll start discussing some of the challenges, and we'll start building some more cool stuff. Hopefully getting into the progression nice and early. Ooh, hello, bones. That's going to help us get into the progression real early. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get some stuff done next episode, and maybe even get our first bits of iron. So that ought to be really cool. We will catch you later, peeps.